Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. More so specifically, we are going to be addressing a subject that has been brought up quite a bit in the past. I remember during around, I want to say 2020 or 2021, we seen this sort of crazy theory being thrown out quite a bit. And, when we first heard about it, it did sound enticing. But now, after some time, you can kind of see the real movement behind this. And, although, listen, at the end of the day, valuations are just predictions. It's all for fun, for most people, but for some people, it definitely is for monetary purposes, which we will get to that here in a second as well. One thing that I've always said about the price of XRP is it's unknown, and nobody knows what the true value of XRP is going to be. I've always stressed the idea that, listen, I cannot tell you what XRP will be trading at in 3, 5, 10 years, or even tomorrow, right? Nobody knows for certain. But one thing is certain to me is the idea that this buyback of XRP, this government buyback of XRP, a lot of it is for clickbait. A lot of it is for views. And, at first, I remember making a video on this initially in the beginning of my YouTube channel. I've talked about this process of, how it could happen. Is it possible? And will it happen? In this video, I want to address a few things around this topic. We will first start off with the original video that started all of the talks around this. Shout out to Roll XRP for this. He did post it over on Twitter. A lot of individuals, including Kevin Cage and a lot of other XRP influencers and YouTube creators, started making videos on it and talking about it. And this is from Jimmy Valley, who is the managing director of The Hill Capital. He gave us a little bit of an insight on this, and you guys can listen closely to it, and then I will address a few things after the fact.
Where do you feel that XRP, just based on your honest opinion, is going to hit, say, a month after regulation?
Yeah. So we believe that the last domino to fall on regulation right now is the SEC lawsuit, and that could be resolved in a variety of ways, but it could also be resolved in regulation coming in over the top. We know it's imminent, though, right? So when I say imminent, I would be surprised if a quarter from now we're really still embroiled in the SEC lawsuit, because I think the state of affairs throughout the world is such that we're going to need a solution like an XRP for liquidity purposes sooner rather than later. So the question is then, okay, we've magically resolved it. Where does the price go? It's easy to project that it's a double-digit number. So I think it immediately shoots up to a $10, potentially $20. The wild card to me is that there is actually a deal to be done among the central banks and governments to basically have XRP work as the world's bridge currency, a neutral asset that can be traded between the central banks to move a specific type of fiat to another type of fiat. If that's what occurs, it's back to what we were discussing earlier. It's got to cover kind of all the money. And I think you're looking at a range that XRP would settle on agreement. So this would happen instantaneously, somewhere between $10,000 and $35,000 a coin. And our lives will be, maybe the same, maybe different. I don't know.
Now, initially when we heard about this, it does sound great. You look at the Interledger protocol, you look at what XRP is doing. I never doubted the price of XRP going to 10 to 100 and possibly even $1,000. Now, anything after that, again, we're talking hypothetical numbers, right? But the issue to me is that we've seen this video, and this was posted on February 11th, 2021, 2 months before XRP topped out at just slightly under $2. And then, of course, yes, we are now in a bear market, and we see XRP trading at, less than 40 cents or so. But then we've seen this. which got posted back in July. And also, by the way, I'm not, shooting shots at anyone. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. But we also seen in this clip a prediction that XRP's lawsuit, the SEC lawsuit around XRP, would be finished in, another quarter in 2021. And we all know that that did not happen. These predictions of when things are going to happen, it's just, he say, she say, right? But we do see our XRP community predicts extremely favorable price with anticipated release of smart contracts on the XRP ledger. And we've seen this new price. At first it was the buyback price prediction of $35,000. And then now we see he believes that it might actually hit $50,000. Listen closely to this. And it's going to open up real quick. So this got posted back in July of 2022. Sorry, and this was posted by ING Crypto. Hope that, or ENG Crypto. Sorry. Listen closely.
Global tax deals happening. We got global deals on principles for how they're going to, interact among each other with central bank digital currencies. And people really believe they couldn't come up with a price set for XRP. That's like not even hard to think
There's
about.
no logic there. It doesn't make sense.
If they do that, we believe the value would be higher than it was in September and October of 2021 when we were throwing out 25,000, 37.5 a coin.
So it would be a higher price than the previous prediction.
Probably in the 50,000 now, I would think. We haven't brought the numbers down, but I'm just thinking about all the additional trillions of dollars that got pumped in to the economy.
The debt, yes.
The fact, the Fed right now is really the only participant in our economy. They're basically issuing all the money. That's going into the big banks, and then the big banks are selling, and the hedge funds are selling their crap fucking debt.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I guess on this?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
They're selling their crap
all the
debt back to the Fed, and the balance sheet's going parabolic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we went from the 10,000 to the 37,500 to now the $50,000 price target, and all of these targets getting thrown out. I want you all to understand, and again, I have no hate towards anyone, but the thing on these price targets is tomorrow I could talk to you guys about a hypothetical XRP going to 100,000 or even 1 million. All right. A lot of people around this space make fun of these the Bitcoin maxis for throwing out price predictions of $500,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin. And don't get me wrong, I don't think that any predictions that are astronomical should be even said, right? I mean, I always say like these predictions are just hypothetical. Okay, what if? Could it happen? Will it ever happen? We don't know. Nobody knows. The problem here is that we are clearly seeing a movement behind a lot of this. It's for views. They are gaining a ton of views from content like this. And now we are actually seeing a full-on committee behind this. And again, no hate towards anybody associated with this. We do see Molly Elmore 22, Jimmy Valley, The Hill Capital recently formed a committee to update the proposal commonly referred to as the XRP buyback. I would not be surprised if we started to see more price predictions being thrown out around this. I was fortunate to be invited to participate and wanted to share my initial thoughts. One, it's strange what a strong emotional reaction the subject generates in some XRP holders. In my opinion, no other XRP related topic that I have written about or done a video on has led to such a heated reaction. Well, obviously, because a lot of individuals are holding XRP for years and years and years. And then when we see these, I'm sure that a lot of XRP holders out there would be happy with just a new all-time high. Anything under $10 for most people that are above $3.84 to $10, a lot of individuals would just be happy with that because they've been waiting for so long. Now, do I think that there is a possibility that a lot of individuals will sell way too early? Yes, 100%. I've talked about this in the past. But we do see the new committee is in its early stages. However, I've gone through the initial documents shared with the group. Most people have the wrong idea about the goals of this initiative. Jimmy is aware of potential legislation at the state or federal level that could really screw over unaware XRP holders. The proposal that the committee is working could function as protection mechanism for all of us. Part of the proposal includes quantifying the value of the asset and having that information widely available. There is a specific reason for this. I'll share more as I learn more, but let go of any conclusions you may have drawn about this topic in the past. It's important for every XRP holder to understand how and where our asset holdings could be at risk and any measures we could collectively take to protect ourselves. Now, again, a lot of this is around this XRP buyback. Where did this idea actually come from? Well, a lot of people cite the Gold Reserve Act, which was an act that came out in 1934, and this was talking about requiring all gold and gold certificates held by the Federal Reserve to be surrendered and vested in the sole title of the United States Department of Treasury. And this also talked about changing the statutory price of gold from $20.67 per troy ounce to $35. So not only did it change the price, but what this did was it allowed for gold miners globally to expand production and foreigners to export their gold to the United States. Now, this devalued the US dollar by increasing inflation, but the increase in gold reserves due to the price change resulted in a large accumulation of gold in the Federal Reserve and the US Treasury, much of which was stored in the United States Bullion Depository at Fort Knox. And then what happened later was obviously the increase in gold reserves increased the money supply, lowering the real interest rates, which in turn increased investment in durable goods. And then what happened in the 70s was, I shouldn't say the 70s. What happened up until the 70s was, the gold standard, which was, again, a gold-backed system. But we know that did not work out. We moved from gold. The reason why is because there wasn't enough gold, which we've talked about in a video. I want to say that was like maybe 2 months ago now. But the issue here is that everyone is comparing XRP to gold and saying that this could happen, at any given moment. The government will, put a different price on XRP, and everyone is going to sell their, XRP back to the U.S. government, because that's exactly what this is. It's not, the Federal Reserve saying, hey, I'm going to buy back your XRP at this price. No, what they will do is they will put a price on XRP, very similar to what we've seen happen with gold back in, again, the 1930s, and everyone is going to sell their XRP back to the government at this price, and that's how they will buy back all of the XRP, essentially. Now, is this going to happen? That's the big question. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I cannot tell you if it's going to happen or not, because, again, what is the chances? I would say that there's a small chance that this could happen. A lot of people will argue that, hey, it's never going to happen. This is, this, that, whatever. But one thing to me that is certain around this buyback is you'll see hundreds and hundreds of videos talking about a buyback. You'll see videos that say, the buyback has officially happened, or this or that, whatever. But the problem is that it's very similar to this tweet here, which is, $35,000 buyback to get 35,000 views. And this got posted by Sugarcoat over on Twitter. The problem that I have with this prediction is that it makes everyday people believe that they don't need much XRP. And that's my biggest problem with this as well. In fact, the best thing to do in this market is to treat every asset like it's going to the bare minimum target. And what do I say by that, right? Or what do I mean by that? Sorry. Treat XRP as if it was only going to its all-time high. So how much XRP would you want if it was only going to its all-time high? Okay, now accumulate that much XRP to reach your goal. Because the problem is that everyone believes that this $35,000 or even this $50,000 price prediction for XRP is going to happen out of thin air. It's going to happen tomorrow. The biggest problem that I have with this is that we've already seen XRP go to nearly $2 and top out in 2021. And I'm not arguing that that was the real value of XRP, because trust me, I even said it multiple times on this channel that the SEC stifled XRP's price expansion. And we know this for a certain fact, because when we looked at the chart comparing it to Ethereum, Ethereum took off, so did all of the other major altcoins. And, guess what token fell? XRP. It got stifled because of the lawsuit. But one thing that I want to make certain is the fact that us things stand right now, XRP has a ton, and I say a ton, of catalysts behind it. Not only does it have, incredible, and I say incredible partnerships set up with what Ripple is doing with on-demand liquidity, but XRP itself also has a significant catalyst in the SEC lawsuit. Because XRP will be the only digital asset, you could argue that, yeah, Bitcoin already has the commodity-like title on it, but XRP is the only token with 100% digital currency clarity, meaning it's the only digital currency that will have full-on clarity from the SEC if we get a major win, which I believe Ripple will win the lawsuit. I believe that XRP will have regulatory clarity. And then from there, what really does happen, right? Well, in my opinion, I do believe that XRP will be massively adopted. I think that this quote from David Schwartz is one of the biggest things to focus on. And it's, if you want to make some asset liquid, you make it liquid to XRP, and then it's liquid to everything else. Liquid to XRP, meaning everything, right? All currencies. I mean, technically speaking, XRP is the perfect bridge currency. But the thing is that we see how much the legacy system wants to fight back against Ripple and even crypto. They do not want crypto. In fact, the best thing is that over here, we do see, I don't really offer a view on cryptocurrency. I think they're highly speculative, says Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon. He also says smaller bonuses and even potential job cuts at the company should come as no surprise, as he speaks with Sonali Basic. And you can listen closely to this 24 or 27-second long clip.
I don't really, offer a view on cryptocurrencies. I think they're highly speculative. They may hold value, they may not, but I'm interested in the underlying technology and how the underlying technology can help serve our clients, our customers, and really take friction out of the financial system and also help make it more accessible.
So obviously, listen, when we look at cryptocurrencies, there's a ton of them that are extremely highly speculative that don't really have much use case value to it at all. But this video from Brad Garlinghouse, which I'm sure that you guys have seen in the past, really kind of speaks volumes on XRP's utility, which, yes, I do believe that XRP's price will be significantly higher. I believe that a $10, a $50, a $100, even a $500 XRP is possible at some point in time. I do think that it could go higher than $500. I think that it could hit $1,000. After that, again, we kind of question, okay, what state is the world in? Because again, after $1,000 per XRP, it's, what's the inflation? What's happening outside of crypto? What's happening outside of XRP's price? Because that's what you actually have to question. But I do believe that XRP's value will be significantly higher than what we are at now. Do I believe that a $35,000 and a $50,000, price per XRP will happen eventually? I have no idea. I cannot tell you guys that. I would say that in my opinion, remember, it's my opinion, I believe that the chances are significantly lower than any other major price target out there of saying XRP is going to go to 35,000 or 50,000. And I've broken down in the past on, just cross-border payments alone, $156 trillion market, what XRP could be at, because that's what they are really that's the market they're cornering with XRP. But I'll play this video and then we will wrap things up, and I will talk to you guys a little bit more about just XRP.
One of the challenges for the industry has been to focus on solving real problems for real customers. And Ripple, obviously, from its earliest days, focused on the problem around cross-border payments. That's a point of a lot of friction as measured by speed and cost. And by focusing there, we've been able to have a big impact on that, relatively small piece. But I think over the next years, you're going to see many financial transactions where a middleman sits, a middle transaction, an intermediary. Those will get removed, and we'll use blockchain and other digital asset type technologies to remove that friction. And I think all of society will benefit from improving the efficiency of those systems. I think you'll see that. Certainly, you've seen it in security settlement as an opportunity. The financial transactions around bonds, around derivatives, a lot of these things take a while to settle, and the friction associated actually holds back the industry. Insurance is an industry I think you're going to see touched. Trade finance is an industry that really Ripple, some of our customers have invited us to participate in. And you've seen experimentation around identity in real estate and title management. And these are all examples where I think it's so hard to predict where this will go, in the same way that 25 years ago, when I first got involved in the Internet of Information, I never could have predicted on my smartphone I'd press a button and I'd have a car picking me up minutes later. I think this will permeate lots of different parts of our society.
And again, that's also another good thing that I would love to mention, is that nobody knows where crypto is headed next. Nobody knows where this technology is headed next. One big thing that I've always said around XRP is the value is unknown. Where could we top out on? We don't know. That's always why I say that I hold a significant amount of XRP in a ledger that I will never sell. I do this with a lot of assets that I believe in long term. QNT is a perfect example. HBAR is a perfect example. XLM is a perfect example. Algorand. And I have a few other assets as well that I just feel so confident about long term that I just will never sell, and they're on a ledger. When we look at XRP, don't get me wrong, I think that the utility is incredible. I think that the asset itself is immaculate in terms of what they are positioning it to be. I think that our current financial system is extremely fragmented. I think that it's extremely or full of friction. And having that frictionless sort of bridge currency there between almost all of the money, if you want to say all of the money, it's a great perspective to have. But do I think that all of the money will be bridged by just one singular asset? It's hard to say, because I even say with XLM, it's cornering the P2P market, and XRP is cornering the B2B market. So this is two assets alone that are really kind of conquering a ton of things. I don't believe that all of the money will be sourced by just one token itself. I think that there will be a big shift happening around this technology. I think that DLT will play a vital role in the future monetary system. I think that a lot of what we are seeing right now around crypto is really kind of painting a vivid picture for us. But one thing is for certain, is that don't get too caught up in these price predictions. Don't get too caught up in the buyback theory, because I want you all to understand that 1,000 XRP, 5,000 XRP, 10,000 XRP, all of these goals are great, but if you could have a lot more, and if you could afford to have a lot more and afford to lose all of that, not financial advice, then having a lot more XRP is a lot more beneficial ROI wise when we do start to move, and when we go to $1, $2, $3, $4, $10, right? So again, don't bet it all on 35,000, 50,000, 10,000, right? Think short term and have that long-term bag for the inevitable future ahead. That could be, 10,000 XRP, 15,000 XRP, whatever amount that you feel comfortable holding forever, that you don't plan on selling ever, because I have a bag like that. I have a bag of multiple assets like this. I just want you guys to understand that being realistic in this market is not a bad thing. Don't get too caught up in the hopium. Don't get too caught up in these major, $35,000, $50,000 price predictions. At the end of the day, we know what's in front of us. We know what the chart is looking like. The SEC lawsuit is nearing its end. I think that this is going to be a big catalyst. I think that we could see $10 for XRP. I even said $10 to $15. That is life-changing wealth. I'm going to take that amount that I make off of XRP at $10 to $15. I will reinvest it. And I will make sure that I'm positioned for whatever comes next. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. That was up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this before, it's been Nick. Peace out, guys.